Okay, good day everyone. This is Teacher Mira and I will be your teacher for this lesson together with Mom De La Cruz,
Good day, class.
Mom Sin Lao,
Good day.
and Sir Medrano.
Hello, good day.
Okay, so good day again, class. So first of all, before we start this wonderful opportunity for us to learn, let's feel first and acknowledge the presence of God by our an opening prayer. So Miss Karen Main, please lead the prayer.
So let us bow our heads and feel the presence of the Lord. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, we offer to you our lives. We pray that through your divine guidance, we would learn how to listen attentively to the inputs of our teacher. May we appreciate his and her effort in imparting or her knowledge to us. May we participate in the discussions and activities so we could learn more than having May we value each other's contribution to our purpose. Grant that as we interact with one another, we recognize the fact that all our learning activities should be done accomplished for your greater glory. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy
Okay, so good day class. So we're done with our opening prayer. So first, before we start, let's have first an attendance for our class. Okay, so say present if you're here. Karen May Aviles,
Present.
Brisa Joanne Afloria,
Present.
Karen Main,
Present.
Eliza Espanto, oh I guess Eliza Espanto is not here, Anne Pauline Yerba,
Present.
okay, Charmaine Cavestani,
Present.
oh, I guess Eliza Espanto is here, Lapinig Claudine Joyce Lapinig, Claudine Joyce Lapinig, I thought she's here, oh.
She's daydreaming.
Kristen,
Present.
ah yes, there you are. Christian Jager
Present.
Garcia. Okay.
Oh.
Cyrus Brian Marasigan, Jelan Bamba, and RJ Fernandez. Okay, so we are 8 students for our class today. Okay, so let's start our lesson, guys. So our topic is Save the Planet, Ecology and Pollution. So here our topic is how to save our planet. So first we need to have first to identify what is ecology. So any one of you, what is ecology and what is pollution?
May
So in
I?
oh yes, you may.
Uh, Ecology. So, ecology is the study of the relationship between living organisms, including humans, and their physical environment. All is considered organisms at the individual, population,
Mm.
and biosphere level.
Oh, thank you very much, Adrian Medrano. So that's right. So ecology, this is the study of process influencing the distribution of abundance of organisms, including the interactions among organisms, which is an individual, plant, single-celled life form here in our in this universe. Okay, so how about pollution? Let's recall how many kinds of pollution do you know? Can you name them? Any one of you?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, Brisa, you may.
I think there are five major kinds of pollution, and these are land pollution, water pollution, air pollution, noise pollution, and light pollution, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have total of five. So air, land, noise, water, and water like noise, land, and air. Okay. So in which way is water uh, contaminated? In what way is water, our bodies of water can be contaminated?
Yes po, can I answer?
Yes, sir.
So, I think water can be contaminated in several ways. It can
Mm-hmm.
contain microorganisms like bacteria and parasites that get in water from human or animal fecal matter. It can also contain chemicals from industrial waste or phosphorus, nitrates used in fertilizers can enter the water with runoff from the land. So that would be all.
Oh, thank you very much. That is exactly. So we can say that we can our the bodies of water is being contaminated because of the human. So it is because of us human. Okay, so how about air? In which way air is contaminated?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, ma'am.
So, air is contaminated by solid and liquid particles and certain gases that are suspended in the air. So, these particles can come from volcanoes, wildfires, cars, truck, and also factories. So, this can harm health of humans and animals and plants.
Okay, thank you very much. Now let's move on. How about our land? In which way our land is being contaminated?
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Land can become contaminated due to releases of hazardous materials, wastes, or soil or oil including naturally occurring substances. Land also can become polluted because
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am, Pauline.
thank you.
Okay, so few of you, or maybe most of you, are not yet familiar with the light pollution. So before we moved on to light pollution, what do you think makes the light polluted? Any of you has an idea about the light pollution? Okay, it's okay. So, light pollution. So, human produce excessive amounts of artificial light that interferes with natural cycles of light and darkness, especially to the animals that has their nocturnal ability every night. So, especially here, especially to the city where there are lots of buildings. So, it produce artificial light. So, that's what makes our light polluted. So that is simply as because of the technologies, the growth of technologies, we're producing uh, we're producing artificial light. So that can interferes with the light cycles of light, which is day and night. All right. So we let's move on to how about this energy? How can we save energy at home? And what, for example, do you think it is useful? Any one of you?
Can I?
May I, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, Espanto.
We can save energy at home in many different ways, in many various ways. So, for me, I always save electricity at home in a way that I turn off all the appliances, I turn off the lights when I'm not using it. And also, I can conserve energy by water, by conserving also water, because
Mm-hmm.
in my case, or in my house,
Yes.
we have that thing called electric water pump. So it also involves electricity. So what I do is I I already stock water in containers so that I don't often turn on the electric water pump. And it is useful because first it makes your house more comfortable. When you turn off your lights, it
Mm-hmm.
reduces heat. And
Yes.
also it helps the environment, of course, because as we know, the electricity is coming from the power plant. So the burning
Yes.
of fossil fuel for producing electricity releases an enormous amount of pollution, which is carbon dioxide. So,
Uh-huh.
and the third one is very convenient for me because it lowers my bills, my electric bills. So it almost cuts half of my bills when I conserve energy. That's all, ma'am.
Wow, I have nothing to say about. You have mentioned lots of things on how to save energy simply at home. Okay, thank you very much, Mom Espanto. So, how about animals? So, Do you know what animals is danger of extinction and why? Anyone? Okay.
Yes po. May
Oh
I?
yes, yes. You may.
There are numerous species currently in danger of extinction. Most of them are caused directly or indirectly by man. Climate change, destruction
Mm-hmm.
of their habitat. Yes
Mm-hmm.
po.
Oh, so that is the. Can you
And illegal hunting and etc. Um,
give? Yes, you may proceed.
sorry po for there are here are the top 10 animals in danger of extinction. Here are some: Javan rhinoceros, cheetah, tiger, red tuna, Asian elephant, vaquita porpoise, mountain gorilla, Irrawaddy river dolphin, Sumatran orangutan, and Baulan turtle. This species became endangered for two main reasons, which is loss of habitat and loss of genetic variation. A loss of habitat can happen naturally. Human activity can also contribute to a loss of habitat. Development of housing industry and agricultural reduces. Um, Reasons why some animals are endangered: overhunting, habitat loss, invasive species, human wildlife conflict, disease, low birth, and small pollution.
Okay, thank you very much, Mom Joyce Lapinig. Wow, so most of animals, wild animals, are getting to an extinction because of loss of habitat. Okay, thank you very much, Mom Claudine Joyce. Now, how about our rubbish? Do you know how rubbish is classified, and how does it help us to recycle?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, Mom, Charmaine.
Yes. I think there are different types of rubbish.
Yes.
Liquid waste, solid rubbish,
Mm-hmm.
organic waste, and hazardous waste. And being able to identify those different classification of rubbish, I think it helps us to recycle because we're able to segregate those waste and identify the rubbish that can be recycled.
Wow, do you recycle at home, Mom Charmaine?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Wow. Okay, can
Um,
you give some example? What things and objects do you recycle?
Mostly papers and plastic bottles.
Wow,
Those
papers
are the
and
objects
plastic.
that yes, those are the objects that are commonly recycled here in my house.
Yes, here, yes. Okay, plastics and papers, paper plates, paper, and more that we can recycle at home. Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
Now, what can we do to help our planet and ecology? Anyone, Mom Karen Aviles? Oh, is she here?
Yes, mom.
Oh, yes. Okay, so how do you think you can help our planet and ecology? How can we help it?
Okay, so as a student and as a citizen,
Wow.
we can do a lot of things. We can do tree planting, do 3 hours in the reduce, reuse, and recycle, conserve water or energy, and we can
Mm-hmm.
educate other people and be a good role model.
Yes, we need to be a good role model as a future educator. Okay, thank you very much. So we have tackled about ecology pollution. Now it's time to start our lesson. So let's start first with the types of pollution. So I'm going to show you some pictures and you're going to guess what kind of pollution is it. Okay? Okay, guys, let's start first with this picture. Okay, so Mom Brisa, what do you think this picture is and what kind of pollution is it?
It's air pollution, ma'am.
Oh, okay, so it's air pollution. How do you say so?
Because we can see the car and truck exhaust and and then the factories.
Yes, the factories that could affect our air. Yes, okay, thank you very much. So that is exactly an air pollution. So air pollution is caused by solid and liquid particles. So as it was mentioned, and certain gases that are suspended in the air. So these particles and gases can come from car and truck exhaust, as what is in the picture. Factories, dust, pollen, mold spores, volcanoes, and wildfires. Next one, the solid and liquid particles are suspended in our air and are called aerosols. So anything that is suspended into our air, may it be solid or liquid, it is called aerosols. Okay, so we have the air pollution. Let's have next one. Okay, so anyone, what kind of pollution is this?
Ma'am,
Yes, Ma'am Charmaine Kabistani.
that that is, ma'am, land pollution.
Wow, land pollution. So that's correct. How do you say so?
Um, as we can see in the image, there are lots of rubbish that are all over the place, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that's causing the land pollution.
Yes, it's causing there are rubbish not properly classified, recycled, and not properly released. Okay, that's correct. So that is land pollution. So land pollution, as we have mentioned earlier, it is the deposition of solid or liquid waste materials on land or underground in a manner that can contaminate the soil, groundwater, and threaten our public health and cause unsightly conditions and nuances. So soil erosions and deforestation caused by soil and land pollution lead to landslides and mudslides. So these are what causes the soil erosions, landslide, and mudslides. So toxic waste mixing in the water and land affects flora and fauna very adversely. So flora, let's say flora is our nature and fauna is us, organisms, animals. So we are very dependent to each other. So because of the contamination of land, there is an effect of the cycle of flora and fauna that is very adversely. So that is land pollution. Okay, thank you very much. Let's have next one. How about this picture? So what kind of pollution is it?
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am. As yes, sir, and Adrian Medrano. So, what do you think is this picture?
that is a water pollution.
Oh, yes, a water pollution. How do you say so? Can you describe the picture?
As you can see, there are many rubbish and that chemical that
Mm-hmm.
that is very harmful to the water. That
Yes.
the sea creatures die, and also the poop of some animals.
Wow. You literally describe what is in the picture and some animals there. Okay, thank you very much, Sir Medrana. So that is correct. That is a water pollution. So water pollution, yes, it is the release of substances into our bodies of water that makes water unsafe for human use and disrupts aquatic ecosystem. So sea creatures were in danger because of this contaminated substances that we release into these bodies of water. So water pollution can be caused by plethora of different contaminants including toxic waste, petroleum, disease-causing microorganisms. Okay, so that's very dangerous for us humans since we're also the cause of this water pollution. Okay, thank you very much. So that one is water pollution. Next one, we have here the picture. What do you think is this picture all about?
Ma'am,
Yes, Ma'am Aisel, what is it?
it is noise pollution. So as we
Oh,
can see on the picture, it is a globe that represents the world or the
mhm.
human being, and it is covering its ears.
Ah,
And also around it are those things that created noise, like for example the guitar, the speaker, the um the vehicles, and many more.
okay, so that is noise pollution. That is exactly correct. Now, noise pollution is also known as environmental noise or sound pollution. So this is the propagation of noise with ranging impacts on the activities of human or animal life, most of them harmful to degree. So, do you have an idea, guys, if we have here the noise pollution or environmental noise, how can it affect, let's say, for the animals? how do you think it affects animals? Since it was said here that it affects animals, cycles of daily life of an animal. So how do you think it affects animals? Mm-hmm.
Can I try?
Yes, you can
Ito.
try.
So, I think with this noise coming outside, no, I think the animals will be restless and unable to, uh, how can I say it? They will be unable to have enough uh, rest because they are disturbed by these noises all around.
Yes, it's when it's time for them to rest. Okay, thank you very much. So let's me give some example. So we have some animals that, for example, they rely on the sounds to find their targets, to find when they are hunting animals. So they rely on sounds. So if there is a noise pollution, they cannot find their targets because there is a lot of noise around. So that is how it affects animals, usually to the animals that relies on the navigations or hunting their prey. Okay, thank you very much. That's for just us sharing ideas of this noise pollution. It's very interesting for me. Okay, next one, last one. This is last type of pollution. So what kind of pollution is in the picture? Anyone?
May I, Mom?
Yes, ma'am.
So I think it is a light pollution.
Wow. So how do you say so?
So as you can see in the picture, it has a presence of artificial light in the night environment.
Uh-huh.
So you can see that there's a lot of light that is surrounding the city at night.
Yes, okay, there's a lot of light around in the city. So even if it is day night or nighttime, so even if it's nighttime, there are lots of light. So it is very that is it impacts especially these animals, the nocturnal animals. Since it's a city, there is obviously no animals there. Okay, thank you very much. So that is correct. That is light pollution. So it is also known as photopollution or luminous pollution. This is the excessive, misdirective, or invasive use of artificial outdoor lighting. So as we have seen in the picture, so too much light pollution washes out the view of the universe, increasing energy consumption. Yes, it's the energy consumptions that we use with the light. So it interferes with astronomical research, disrupt ecosystems, and affects the health and safety of humans and wildfire. So for example, simply as when we are looking to our phone, so it has lights, right? So the lights, it also contain radiation. So it affects our eyesight. So that is the simplest example of how we are being affected of this light pollution of ours. Okay, so that is the five types of pollutions. Now, next one we are going to tackle of how we can save the earth. So I will leave you with Sir Adrian Medrano.
Okay, wait. So, hi, I'm Adrian. So, what you see here in the slide says save the earth. So, I have this question of you, all of you, on what are some ways to prevent global warming? Any one of you can share about how you can prevent or how we can save Earth? Anyone?
Sir, can I try?
Yes, you may.
Um, so we all know that global warming is the uh, effect of the damage on our ozone layer, no? Then it is caused by the pollution all around our environment. So if we can conserve our environment, it will also help us to stop global warming. Like for example, planting trees and um, for example also is um, reducing waste materials that is being thrown. So we can stop global warming or we can prevent global warming from being on its highest.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Aisel. So anyone from the group?
I think to yes sir, I would like to
Hey,
answer.
guys.
Ah yes, you can Miss Eliza Espanto.
Miss Eliza. Uh, to my
Okay. As I said earlier, we need to conserve energy to save the earth. So it also helps with global warming. As we say, it lessens the emission of carbon dioxide, which makes the earth very hot. And number two is, I think this just this time. So we need to lessen also the population. So we know that we don't have enough trees to in our earth. So as we all know, trees um produce oxygen, and it's kinda alarming that trees um are being you know are being illegally logged, and then at the same time the population becomes higher. So carbon dioxide is above in earth, so it makes the earth hot, and it ruins the ozone layer. So I guess family planning is one of the of
family.
the solution to save the earth, or to lessen the heat of the earth. So yes.
Okay, that's all. Thank you, Miss Eliza, for sharing, even though you are in robotic situation of explanation. Okay, is there anyone else who could share about their ideas? Miss Santander.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I think we can prevent global warming in many ways. Lots of ways we can help prevent global warming. First, we can say we need to drive less. So, prefer if you are going to somewhere that is near, you can drive, or you can choose not to use vehicles like cars and any transportation things that would help you that would make our global warming that could affect our global warming. So next one, we can plant more trees, and we can also recycle more. So we can do lot of things to prevent global warming. Global warming. So that's also.
Okay, thank you for sharing. And for me, I will share with you some easy thing that we could do daily, that we can how we can save our mother earth. So first is instead of using as you can see in the picture, uh, instead of using plastics, that we all know that plastic is a non-biodegradable material. So instead of using plastics as our bag on our groceries or using in the markets, uh, we use paper bags or cloth bags, uh, so that we lessen or we prevent our what do you call this uh, yun using bags instead of plastic to prevent more rubbish loitering around the earth. Okay. I'm
Mm-hmm.
nervous, you know. Next is in the next picture, as you can see, instead of using cars, that we all know that cars or vehicles are one of causes of air pollution by smoke belching. We can see here, instead of using them, uh, we could just use bikes or e-bikes, or just walk to a place if it is close, instead of driving cars. Did you get the point?
Yes, sir.
Next is instead of using ordinary bulbs, we use an energy efficient light bulbs like fluorescent bulbs. But nowadays, it is much better using an LED lights because it is less heat and more efficient, and it more energy conservation kind of light. Next is here, we don't have this because we have a tropical season. Uh, but still, turning off your heat down. So if you are using a heater on your house, so it is better to lessen them or at least turn off when it is not when we are not using them. So next is uh, if we're going to buy an appliances, be sure that the appliances that we are buying have these stickers, energy stars. These appliances are more energy consumable and lessen using electricity. That is good for our uh, Mother Earth. Next is of course, we have to turn off our television, lights, and everything consuming energy so that we could save energy. So when we save energy, we save our Mother Earth. Did you get the point?
Yes, sir.
Is just waiting. Next is this is very important. So we have to plant trees. If we cut trees, we need to replace them. If we cut one, we have to replace it at least a 2 or 3 plants because
Yes.
tree are very important because the roots of the plants uh, prevent soil erosion and it gives us fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
Also, animals have their home, like birds. Uh, it serves plants serves or trees serves home for animals, especially the birds. Next is by raising awareness, you can help other people do little things that prevent global warming. So we have the knowledge of how we can prevent global warmings. So we must, for us being human, uh, we need to share it with others so that every person around the earth know how to do or what they are going to do to prevent and to help preventing global warming here in our Mother Earth. So I think that's all. And next reporter, please.
Okay, next slide.
Okay, you are robotics.
So hello again. Hello again,
Hello,
class.
ma'am.
Yes, hi.
Can you
Hi, ma'am.
hear me?
Yes, loud but not
You're a bit choppy.
as.
Hi, good day again, class. So we are moving on to the. Oh my. So we are moving on to the environmental issues. Is it clear now?
Yes, it's loud and clear.
Yes,
Charot
ma'am.
si Ate Aisel pa pala. Hindi easy ko.
Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So let's move on. So let's move on to the environmental issues. First, what is environmental issue? So, environmental issues are these are the harmful effects of human activities on our environment. When we say harmful, it's dangerous effects on the environment caused by human activities. So first, let us please look at the presentation of first topic, the air quality. So how can air quality be an issue? First, let you guys listen carefully discussion because it will be included on our method. So can damage our ozone layer that can cause extreme heat to reach the surface of the earth that can lead to the damages on our crops, on our trees, and on our environment. So it can also affect the those animals and humans that lives here. So next is will be uh, the global warming. So can any one of you have the idea about global warming? I think it is mentioned earlier. Can you please repeat what is global warming? Anyone from the group?
May I, ma'am?
Hello,
So,
class. Are you okay, Karen?
global warming, I think it is um, the, gra- uh, the gradual heating of Earth's surface.
May I?
Okay, that is correct. No? And it is also caused by the damage of the ozone layer. Yes, Kuya Adrian, Sir Adrian, another idea about global warming.
So global warming is the long-term heating of the Earth climate system observed since due to human activities, primarily fossil fuel burning, which increase heat trapping greenhouse gas level in Earth's atmosphere.
Mr. Medrano,
Yes, I already said it.
I think I'm having
Unless you have some problem and technical problem on your internet, a camera and mic, and I see Miss Karen is laughing at me. Okay, Miss Santander, Miss Eiffel having a technical difficulties.
okay, that is correct also. Okay, that is correct also. No? So with this global warming, which is cause of with global warming, increase the heat and also outdoor. I am sorry about
Mom de la Cruz left the virtual class. I guess she is having some problem with her internet. So I guess we can still share our ideas about environmental issues. So we've tackled about energy. So how we can conserve energy and how it can affect to prevent these environmental issues. So how about consumerism? So what is consumerism? Any one of you? Let's continue while she's gone. Oh, wait a second. Wait a moment. So any one of you guys, consumerism. We talk about people who consume, right? Who buy product. Oh yes. Hello, Ma'am De La Cruz. Ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is consumerism?
Hi, class. I'm sorry.
Hello.
I'm sorry about that. I got disconnected.
It's okay.
So
It's
let's
okay,
continue.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Where are we? Can you hear me now, loud and clear?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you clearly.
So where did we stop?
You are still stopping.
Oh my. So let's move on to conservation. Why so let's so where so how can you say that conservation is environmental issue? Where is process or movement location of endangered and areas? Can anyone oh shit.
I think we have to proceed to the next reporter.
Um, do you agree, guys?
We're just going to go back with her.
Yes, at the end of the lesson, before this activity given. So she might have
Move on
time. Yes.
to the next topic.
Next reporter po, Ma'am Sinlao.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon po.
So, as Miss Isel is having a trouble in her internet connection, let us move on to the effects of different types of pollution that was being discussed earlier. The major effects of industrial air pollution on wildlife include direct mortality, debilitating industrial-related injury and disease, psychological stress, anemia, and bioaccumulation. Some air pollutants have caused a change in the distribution of certain wildlife species rather. So the major effects of this industrial air pollution is the death of wildlife. This sharp increase in plastics entering our waters harm not only marine life but also humanity. So, in what ways that um, use plastics from land entering our bodies of water can harm the humanity also? Anyone? Miss Almira?
Yes, ma'am. Can you repeat the question?
Yes. In what ways does use plastics in the land entering our bodies of waters can harm also humans?
How in this water land pollution, ma'am, or air?
In water
Oh,
pollution.
all in water pollution. Yes, because people consume water. So by releasing something that can affect the water, we are very dependent of the water. So we can it can affect our health, and also the environmental health by releasing some substance that can affect the bodies of water.
Yes, thank you, Miss Almira. Plastic kills fish, birds, marine mammals, and sea turtles, destroys habitats, and even affect animals' mating rituals, which can have devastating consequences and can wipe out entire species. So those use plastics entering our bodies of water can be a poison to those sea to those um, marine mammals in the sea. Next slide, please. Land pollution effects. Soil pollution can harm public health and animals as well as the quality of groundwater. So in what way does our land is becoming polluted? It was mentioned a while ago. Can someone repeat?
Uh,
Anyone can repeat?
by throwing garbage and destroying our land,
Yes.
uh, throwing rubbish in any corner of the land.
Yes, that was right, Mr. Adrian Medrano. Our land is become polluted because of those household garbage and industrial waste. As land pollution and soil erosion progress, animals are forced to shift habitats and adapt to new conditions. As a result, some species are at risk of extinction. So because of land pollution, animals is forced to shift habitats. They are um, upon upon going to another habitat, their life is being at risk. Next slide, please. Noise pollution also impacts the health and well-being of wildlife. Studies have shown that loud noises cause caterpillars' heart to beat faster and bluebirds to have fewer chicks. Animals use sound for a variety of reasons, including to navigate, find food, attract mates, and avoid predators. So pollution comes from those sounds coming from different things like the sound of cars, um, radio, television, anything that produces sounds. And this noise pollution also affects wildlife. Next slide, please. Light pollution is a side effect of industrial civilization. Its sources include building exterior and interior lighting, advertising, commercial properties, offices, factories, street lights, and illuminated sporting venues. The fact is that much outdoor lighting used at night is inefficient, overly bright, poorly targeted rather improperly shielded, and in many cases completely unnecessary. This light and the electricity used to create is being wasted by spilling it to the sky rather than focusing it on the actual objects and areas that people want illuminated. So in what ways that light pollution affects wildlife? Anyone?
May I?
Yes,
I
Miss Karen.
I think it attracts some organism like some mammoths, frogs, sea turtles. It is resulting in them not being where they should be, considering source to be preyed upon, or just resulting in a trap which expose and kills them.
Yes, that was right, Miss Karen. Thank you. Next slide, please. So it is the activity already. Miss Almira.
Okay, ma'am, thank you very much. So for our activities, the 12 environmental issues are given by Ma'am De La Cruz. So we need to identify which types of pollutions do they include. So we have here the environmental issues, so you can take note of that. And then after that, you can send me your answers through chat na lang. So you can give your insights of how can you say it that it was included to air pollution, land or air, noise, and many more. So you can support your ideas by that. So you can just send it after our lesson. So that would be all for our demo class for today. Any more questions?
None.
Oh, I guess that's all for our lesson. Thank you very much, class. Thank you.
Thank you.